man, maybe I just need to reevaluate my priorities. Like Shaq is. Like if Shaq is rethinking his priorities.
But I think he says something that a lot of us don't really mention. It's like while we out here grinding and hustling, like I have friends who have kids and like
even Shaq was talking about how he was just grieving already. He was already
his
in a
sister,
depression.
His father.
And it's like every time I feel like I'm coming out of this fucking haze, it's like some other shit just happens and it's just like.
I think for me, because I'm just I've seen death so much and I'm like constantly dealing with it one way or another. Like once the COVID news hit me, like I was by myself in the airport. So I had time to like filter what I was going through. Like I would purposely go back to sleep because all I would see on the flight was Jerry West highlights and interviews.
I was in a fucking shitty hotel in fucking Alabama.
Yeah, like there's like I could fall asleep on a plane, but like when they were like, "Oh yeah, there's gonna be some turbulence leaving Mobile," and in my head I'm like, "Oh really, fam?" Like I just read this, like it's fucking me up.
All right, man.
But yeah,
let's move on. I want to talk about football.
I'm grateful for the memories. Better. Like I'm gonna just end it. Like it's sad that we didn't get to see what he was gonna do, but we know what we can do going forward. So like you kind of just have to leave it at that. Like what can you in your life do going forward? So that's just something that I learned at early.
That wasn't that climactic.
I know.
You could have ended it on a better note than
I hate to break it to you, but life...
You could have ended it on a better note than that.
I hate to break it to you, but life ain't that climactic. Like
that's all you got? That was the best cliche you had to end it on?
It really wasn't, but I don't want to give you a cliche.
You're better than that. Come on.
I am, but I'll save it for the end of the show. But bottom line is, you just got to keep grinding. As Dr. John Henrik Clark once said, one of probably the most renowned African-American historian and teacher, master teacher, all that.
Word flex, but okay.
Yeah, as Dr. John Henrik Clark once said, shut up, don't do that. Bury the man, continue the plan. That's what I felt after Nipsey. That's what I feel now. You bury the man, but you got to continue the plan.
Better, but you already used that for Nipsey, so.
It still applies.
Yeah, we'll keep revisiting
still
this.
Applies.
We'll keep revisiting this. You got a third strike, don't worry.
Shut up.
All right, so on that note, let's get to football content.
Get back to football content.
I am the greatest.
Again, you play Ali? Well, thanks for trying to cheer me up. That didn't cheer me up.
Yeah. Anyways.
You suck.
So in case, well, it doesn't even really feel like it, but Super Bowl's this week. 49ers, Chiefs, game we all wanted.
As
the
Tim
best
Brown,
defense.
Time out. What'd you just say? As Tim Brown said, I woke up in a nightmare today realizing that the Chiefs and the Niners in the Super Bowl, Raiders fans' worst nightmare.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean, I'm not going to say the Chargers because we know they're never going to make it. Okay, now the show's reset. I feel good now.
But yeah, man, so obviously there's a lot of shit to talk about with this game. The top offense versus the top defense. You got speed at the receiver position. You got a stout secondary with a really effective pass rush.
That's a fast offense for the Niners too, though.
So just go through the matchups real quick. What do you think is the key to the game? I don't know where PG is. He's outside fucking around.
Yeah, I mean, just like a Chiefs fan.
Yeah, just like a Chiefs fan.
They don't show up.
Not there when you need them.
They don't show up.
Not there when you need them.
They don't show up in the big games. I don't know. They might put a flurry. He'll put a flurry in at the end, but you didn't play defense for 3 quarters and you're shocked that you lost. Anyway.
But yeah,
I consider this whole year for a Super Bowl null and void, and I'll never hear the end of it from Niners fans if they win, even though they only show up like every 15 years out of the goddamn fog. Like they show up more frequently than the Titanic iceberg on a GPS map, on a sonar. Like they show up that frequently. Like where the fuck? How did you get here?
I like when they showed that side-by-side photo of the Niner Stadium like 3 years ago and the side-by-side photo of the Niner Stadium this year.
Yes, the Pac-12 championship game be having more people in there. Be packing that place out more. I need a high school state football game. The
Lingerie Bowl has more people in there.
De La Salle, the high school football team, probably packs out a bigger stadium than most Niners fans in the past couple of years. Because remember, they were trash when they signed Richard Sherman.
They were trash when they got Jimmy G.
Yeah,
they were trash just last year. They went 4-12. They went 4-12.
And it's just like, oh, so
and we have a call coming on the back end, but
the D Ford. By the way, speaking of back end, Ahkello Witherspoon is pretty much like the linchpin to see. Like, if they get Tyreek Hill on Ahkello Witherspoon, it's over. It's a bloodbath.
Honestly, I think that's the biggest matchup of the game is the receivers versus the DBs. Because
are we counting Kelsey as a receiver?
Yes.
Okay. Because he's a tight end, but he's like a block. He can block.
But
people don't give him enough credit for his blocking.
Because if Pat Mahomes has time, those receivers have the speed to get past anybody.
Quan Alexander. You think Quan Alexander's going to have a Ray Lewis type game where technically he played like shit?
I'm so tired
everybody
of
else
about
around
Quan
him.
Alexander.
Okay, you want to
I've heard Quan Alexander like too many times.
This is why we need to hit the Quan drop.
Too many times this year.
But I'm saying Fred Warner. By the way, the Raiders passed on Fred Warner. Now he's like
you
the
let us
best
know every
linebacker
time.
in the Super Bowl. I just want y'all to know, like, I'm better at drafting and analyzing talent than a lot of y'all who have jobs. I don't understand it. Like who's making these decisions to pick these players? Like, name the last BYU linebacker who wasn't trash in coverage. Like, they're all good in coverage.
You want to get off your pedestal and talk about the Super Bowl?
The Notebook is coming. Just never mind. Anyway, I'll let that breathe. But as far as the Super Bowl, man, Chris Jones pretty much said it like, "Yo, we're trying to stop Jimmy G," and that's all you can really do. Or you have to hope Jimmy G wins the game because they can run the ball. Like you could put me and you in the backfield, and we're probably going to get 4 yards. Like the way they have 4 running backs. And shout out to Raheem Mostert. He got cut like 7 times.
I just really want Andy Reid to win, man.
I really do.
I really do. That's
I'm rooting for the fat guy. I'm sorry.
He's not even fat anymore. He's like slender.
Because the lap band.
You're fucked up.
Oh, we just gonna act like, okay, so if I come in and get lap band and take off 3 weeks, come back on the show before my birthday,
I won't say shit. I will not say anything. I won't say shit. I'll post photos on social media. We won't even talk about it.
I'll be like, damn, look how great I look. Like I'm in the gym, getting
just
a nice
like that
pump.
girl you graduated from high school with, and then a year later you see her and she got double D's and you're
selling
just like,
Herbalife. But you know,
all of a sudden, half her content is archived, and you're just like,
now we're going to a deep dark place right now. I mean, it's one thing like when her whole Facebook is scrubbed, but like she hits you with a Snapchat ad, and you're like, hold on, what is this? And then like that first snap be fire, and then she don't snap for like 2 weeks, and then all her shit's on Twitter and IG.
You're speaking from your own experience.
Nah, we could talk about like that phase between 2010 and 2015, but I'm gonna let that go.
So finally,
those are nasty times.
As usual, he's the king of saying goodbye too many times before you actually leave.
They're like the reverse of an Irish goodbye.
He's the leader of Courtside Radio here, the station manager of the Good News Sports Studio 2, aka the best studio.
Hey, 100% right.
I mean, it's the studio, right? Like it's
showtime, baby, all the time.
You've seen him on like probably 30 different podcasts.
If he hasn't been on your podcast, he will be in the next 5 minutes.
Facts. Podcast.
He's MyKell the PG. How you doing, PG? What's good, man?
Hey, doing pretty good. Getting it together. That Kobe thing was been crazy. Just for the whole city to see the city with its heart broken like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Is
still heartbroken.
Yeah, still heartbroken. It's crazy, and
I just don't want to hear from Smush Parker or Kwame Brown right now.
No,
shout out to Roy Hibbert though.
No, but Smush Parker, he got to show some love. Like Kobe gave him,
Lion.
he was able to play for the Lakers.
He made him memorial.
He has dreads and gold hair now.
You know
that, right?
About Smush Parker is because of Kobe.
He has dreads and gold hair now. You know that,
I
right?
know. Yeah,
but
looking like
man.
A1.
So we're trying to move forward and talk about the game, man, because it is Super Bowl week, and I know this is a weird time for you because on one hand, you're devastated. On the other hand, your team has a really opportunity they haven't had since forever.
To be honest, the Kobe thing kind of like took away the buzz of the Super Bowl for me, but. Things.
And you came on here week 1 talking about this team was going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
you did.
And I just trust in.
And that's why we want to give you your flowers while you're here.
Yeah. But I don't know if you might tell y'all.
Oh, stop it. You're a stan. It doesn't
I
count.
tried to tell y'all that I got Chiefs shirts for you guys.
I just want to know how is that Chiefs bar after party going to be? And can I get like free wings or a hookup?
No.
Or a plug for next week?
The plan is already made.
Shout out to the podcast pit.
Shout out Mark Gunnels of Mark My Words. Every Tuesday, 6:30 to 7:30. Once the Chiefs take care of business. Y'all need to get him on. But the Chiefs take care of business. I will be in Kansas City for the parade.
Really?
Getting real barbecue?
Real barbecue.
So you're going to bring something back, though, right? No, you're bringing me barbecue back.
Because if I chill with Andy Reid, I'm pretty sure we're going to finish the ribs that we have.
The LapBand? Is that what you're saying? Okay, so when I get LapBand, like around the middle of the year, I'm going to save up my tax money and everything. When I get LapBand...
Hey, but y'all down to come? The Chiefs. We're always recruiting. If y'all haven't heard of Jalapeno Pete's,
Cincy
City.
I'm trying to think of.
That? Oh, that's dope. But
I'm trying to think of what's bigger than a band because whatever it is, that's probably what you need.
Wow, that was offensive.
Orion's belt.
That's not even
Orion's belt. A lap belt.
A lap belt.
Okay, cool.
Damn.
Cool.
That's
just
crucial.
wait. Just know I have like 10 jokes to kill you both, but I won't do it because Black History Month is coming up.
But yeah, man. So I want to just ask you this: how did the Chiefs lose this game? What are you worried about?
To be honest, the Chiefs lose this game just like the other games that they played. If they play out of character,
like Pete's hairline.
Yeah. When it comes to
it's actually nice.
Why you rubbing it then? Pause.
Hey, that's weird. But when it comes to just being out of character, like. The scariest thing I think a lot of NFL teams saw that were playing in the playoffs was the Chiefs going down 24-0 and winning by 20 points.
Yep.
Because everything went bad. Fumbles, penalties, defensive lapses, like everything went bad. And they still made it happen. And they kind of fixed that against Tennessee a little bit, but early on they started off.
Did they get down like 14-0?
No, it was 10-0, then 17-7. What was hurting them was a lot of offside penalties. Like the defense was just jumping, and it was leading to first down. Frank Clark, Chris Jones,
and D Ford.
Yeah, the tackle. So it's just if the Chiefs play,
they ran the Chiefs play too. The Titans.
No, yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, that was.
But
nice.
They're at home, so we don't worry about them. If the Chiefs play their
Titans fans alone, man.
Hey, if the Chiefs
are y'all
play
going to go
their
after
game,
Derrick Henry in free agency? I'm just curious.
No, we don't use that type of back. But if the Chiefs play their game, I feel that the Niners has no chance. And I think that everybody is talking about the dumbest thing I hear people say is this rush reminds me of the Giants rush. That's fine. Tom Brady couldn't run like Pat Mahomes and move like Pat Mahomes, Yeah. And I think people are underestimating the improvement of the Chiefs defense, Like these guys, once they figure you out within the game.
It's Tyrann Mathieu. Just say Tyrann Mathieu.
No, but it's not that. It's Spags. He's a big part of it because he's a Super Bowl defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
So he's won 2 of them. So he knows what it takes to make those adjustments. And
I think he was the defensive coordinator on this Giants team.
That's how he got the what?
Yeah.
Rams gig? I forget.
So that's what he tried to build a similar type of defensive line. You have Frank Clark, you have Chris Jones up the middle, Derek Nottie, Mike Pennell, who's a really great run stuffer for the defense.
Who's your other defensive end? Isn't the Browns? The dude from the Browns?
TK, Passanio from Villanova.
6'7" dude.
Yeah. So you have him, and then you have Terrell Suggs, another Super Bowl veteran who was a key part. And then they playing with the term that they're using, championship swagger. And it's the defensive side of the field that I feel confident about. Like I feel that our secondary play, plays really well. Charvarius Ward does a great job. He's had a really good season. Other than that,
man, the thing with that whole swagger is it's cool, but
I mean,
once you go against a team, like you're not playing the Titans.
No, I agree.
Once you go against a team that really can smack you,
but they can smack you and Kittle runs people over.
They are similar to the Titans in the way of, of course, their run game is different. But the Titans had a really good run game, and their O-line was very physical. Their quarterback play is similar. The fact that that's who you want to beat you. And I think other than Kittle, I may take A.J. Brown, Corey Davis over what the Niners have. I love
Deebo Samuel.
Deebo's nice, but he's not better than A.J. Brown.
He had a better rookie year than Jerry Rice or Terrell Owens.
But that's stat fodder.
That's a different type of NFL.
I saw that. Was that PFF that put that out?
No, that was actually NFL Stats and Info.
And hey, check it out. So do you guys know the last loss that the 49ers had?
No.
So their last
Seahawks?
loss was 29-22 to the Atlanta Falcons, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
Kittle
right.
caught 10 catches for 100-something yards. They only ran for 70 yards, and they lost. So